Let's talk about navigating your early 20s. I am in my early 20s as I stand, almost hitting my mid 20s, and it's been a dang roller coaster. Don't even have anything planned for this video. I just want to talk to you and tell you what's going on in my life, how to navigate my 20s. I think most people in their 20s find it so difficult to really get it going, get the ball rolling, and make this something for themselves out of nothing, right? When you are in your mid 20s, that assumes you've lived a traditional route and have gone through college and high school and middle school and done sports or extracurriculars back in the day. But all of those don't really add up and make the person that you wish you would have become when you were a kid. Now you see so many things changing, and you now have to decide whether you want chicken or beef for rice, and if you're going to walk or drive to work. Every day, we find ourselves trying to find passion in whatever we do. And I think passion really comes from not just your job, but living the life that you want in and outside of work. Are you doing fulfilling work at work, and do you make the most out of it? I think if you're there to just collect a paycheck, that's by all means fine. But at the end of the day, I think social creatures would be described as humans. And humans at the end of the day, crazy flash. Humans at the end of the day are social creatures, and we need that in order to thrive and survive. Without any interaction, life becomes hard. Life becomes difficult. We cling on to friends and family, even though we know they can't be good for us because we love human interaction. And we've known so many toxic people that we return back to because we just can't help it. But I think now, when looking back on my years, do you want to live a life, impressing the people that don't matter to your life, nurturing toxic relationships, or moving forward to become better in your life and just being happier? It's really a hard question whether you should sacrifice that happiness when it comes to work because you need to make money somehow, some way. But if the money isn't extremely important, what's stopping you from going out there and changing the trajectory of your life? I think the only thing that stops most people is really complacency. And the second that you become complacent and you acknowledge that you're complacent, that's the second that your life dies. They say a person has two lives. They realize the second life has just begun when they realize the first one. Wait. They say, let me repeat. They say a person has two lives. The second life begins when the person realizes that they only have one. And you only have one chance, one opportunity in this life to make something of yourself, to live it up, to be happy, to experience everything that you wish you could have as a kid. And now you're probably in your 20s or 30s or 40s. And a lot of people at their deathbed wish that they would have done more, done something different, changed the trajectory of their life, and they wish that they cared less about what people think of them, cared less about what they wore, cared less about what they were gonna do for their career. They wish they would have just enjoyed life more. And I really kind of saw this in the end of my college days. When I was going to college, you don't really appreciate college until your last couple of semesters. And then you start thinking, "Oh, I should live, you know, and enjoy the rest of my college time. Let me go nurture these friendships before I never see them again because a lot of my friends are going to be out of state." Those are the times where you actually reflect and think of, what can I do better to nurture the friendships that I have and just make something out of a short time span. Every person in this world is strapped for time. And everything in our lives that we do is a bid for our time. When you go and make a purchase at a grocery store, that is competing with your time to go home and create a TikTok that you wanted. That is taking a time away from the art project that you wanted to do. That is taking a time away from the relationships that you wish you had built. Everything in life is a bid for our time. Your work every single day. A lot of people are mindless going into work and they clock in 9 to 5, if not even longer. I know other countries it gets very difficult and you're working 9 to 9, 7 days a week. But I think as true human nature, we have to ask ourselves, is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? If you're in your early 20s, there's nothing wrong with sticking to a 9 to 5 for the rest of your years until retirement. If you enjoy that, I support that. But if you have any doubt of, I want to try something else, I want to try something new, and I might fail, I might lose money, I think now in your early 20s, 30s, 40s, it's not even late, even if you're in your 50s, to go and try something new. I just want to live a life that later on I will not have regret in. I want to live a life that really is able to inspire others. I want to live a life that I don't care of what people think of me. And the more that resonates with you, that is only more of a reason for you to take the next action after this video to go start that business you wanted. Go start that YouTube channel. Go start that TikTok channel. Create and create, because the human race is so creative that we will rather do that for the next 40, 50 years of our careers than stay stuck at a boring desk job where we will one day be replaced by somebody else within a week, 2 weeks, when we are gone. I truly do think that life is too short to not fight and advocate for what you want in this life. I truly think that if you are struggling with finding passion in a job and you do not need every penny to go towards your working living style, then do it. Do it, and it's going to be the most rewarding thing that you would ever have done in your life. I'm in my early 20s. I'm 24 years old now. And these are some of the things I wished I would have known when I started working. The work will always be there, but your time will not. Your family will not be there sometimes, but your work is always going to be there. So make the decision today. What is it that you value in your life? Is it family? Is it relationships? Is it money? It could be a mix of all of those and more. But once you prioritize and realize what you want to take out of this life, you will go ahead and find those things. You will know what it is that strikes your passion. Not everything in this world needs to be about money, creating a bunch of wealth by the time that we're 65. And not every single person needs to have $1 million in their bank account. A lot of people would strive for that, but I understand taking some time to figure out yourself, to be happier. And at the end of the day, if you don't make a year's worth of salary and compound that over 40 years because you sacrificed or made the compromise for your happiness, then I think you're on a path to finding yourself. There's two routes, right, that you can take. There is the money route where you are career oriented and you want to job hop every 12 to 24 to 36 months. And that is going to take a lot of time out of your day. You are going to work, and work 9 to 5 longer weekends, and it's never going to end. However, on the flip side, you would have amassed a great amount of salary throughout the years. But is the salary worth the time you would have given up? I think we're going to keep reverting back to the topic of time. What do you want in this life? And I'm going to sound like a broken record. If you want to change something in your life, it is time to go change and be the change that you want to see. Because nobody else is going to change you but you. Have you ever tried to change somebody else, wanted somebody in your family to eat healthier or go to the gym? We cannot even change other people, let alone it is so difficult to change ourselves. So be the motivating factor that changes yourself, and naturally others will want to follow. Others will want to see how well, how you're navigating and want to adopt that lifestyle. Not everybody's going to follow. Not everybody is going to resonate with you, but that is okay. And you will know that you have lived a happier life when you stop caring of what people think. Stop caring about every single dollar and how to maximize, because you are doing well enough to get through what you need to get through in order to live a better and more fulfilling life. That is pretty much everything that I just wanted to cover in this video, and I hope that you guys can take something away from what I've said today from my 24 years of life. And I know I'm still young, and I know I still have a lot to learn. If you guys are older, in your 30s, late 20s, 40s, 50s, 60s, I would love to hear from you. What is something that you wish that you would have done in your early 20s or younger? Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.